even in the most basic version of Ableton Live, you will have this pack called the Chop and Swing pack. And in the Chop and Swing pack, you have certain drum kits that you can use that are going to be suitable. You press them and you will be able to preview them. There are effects racks you can use. You won't be able to hear the effect of the effects rack because it's only when you drop something into an effects rack that you hear it. There will be MIDI clips. MIDI clips means the notes. So there, not only do you have the sound, but you also have the notes. So you have drums. You have tonal ones as well. You also have samples. Samples are already pre-recorded WAV files or AIF files. You also have music loops. And you have sounds that you can use to play your own music. So in one-stop shop, Chop and Swing, which is available to all of you who have Ableton Live, you can actually start building up your song. So this, for those, if you are trying to come up with an idea, you haven't got an idea yet. And for me, I'm going to say, oh, I want to come up with an idea. I know that I want to tell the story of conflict. So I kind of know that conflict, all the not so nice feelings are associated with minor keys. So let me go into the MIDI clips and find something with a melody that's in a minor key. Ah, I see this one. This one says D minor 88. So I'm going to take this one. What about the other one? I like this second one better. So D minor, I'm going to drag it into a MIDI track, and you see that I'm right here in the arrangement view, and I've got this clip now, which when I open it up, there's a whole bunch of notes there. I'm going to click on scale so that I don't see all the in-betweens. I just see the scale. Ah, these are the notes that are being played, and I don't see any of the in-between notes. Now the thing is that if I take this clip and I use it, everybody will know, hey, this guy is using the Ableton clips, right? Because million people have bought Ableton Live, they will recognize this clip. Okay, so I need to do something about this. One of the first things I want to do is I want to make it really feel heavy and sad. So why don't I change the sound first? Instead of this BP sound, I choose from the sounds, and all my sounds are still inside the Chop and Swing pack, right? I'm going to choose a piano and key sound of Dirty Back Roads, which is a gritty sounding piano. And this is the piano sound. Okay, now that I've dropped it in, I see I'm now inside the view that shows me the device. If I want to get to the view that shows me the clip, I have to use Shift Tab. Now I'm back to the clip. Okay, it sounds a bit more not so happy. So I'm going to do some stuff to it. I'm going to increase the stiffness of the sound, play with these various parts of the sound, and I'm going to go back into the clip, and I'm also going to make it half the speed. Can you remember how to make it half the speed? We click the ×2 button. Now it's half the speed, and I can stretch it out to double the length. Aha! So now it's double the length, and I'm now going to add in a set of drums. So remember, the first thing was the story. The second thing is the drums. What kind of sounds do I need to add on to this? Since I got my melody, I need to add in drums. So why don't I add in a MIDI clip of drums? So I not only have the sound but also the notes. So I drag it in here. I'm stretching it out so that it continues. Then I'm going to stretch out this set of loop connectors, right click and loop, so that this thing will just loop around while I'm playing with it. Okay, so right now it is too loud on the drums. I'm going to reduce the volume of the drums to about -9 so that I can hear the melody. Yeah, okay, so I got the sound here. What other sounds do I need? The nice thing about this is that under the MIDI clips, I've got other kinds of sounds which are pretty much going to work, right? Like I've got different like bass sounds. So let me drag this onto a new MIDI track. I won't drag it into audio track, it will mess up. I'll drag it onto this blank and it will create a new MIDI track for me. Right, so is it working? Questionable. Yeah, I'm going to add in a few notes here. It's supposed to be in D. I'll just add in a few more D's, you know, so that I get more vibe over D. Okay, maybe the lower D. Because I have this fold on, the fold makes sure that I will only click in the notes which are compatible with this particular melody. What other sounds do I need? I may need maybe an accompaniment sound. Now, it's going to be too risky for me to try and find another loop that's going to match the key. So instead, I'm going to just take the sounds. I will go into the accompaniment. Instead of going to the MIDI clips, I'll go to sounds and I'll choose something like one of the synth keys. When I drag this into the empty space, there's no notes at all. It's only the sound itself. And remember, I'm supposed to be in D, right? So I'll right click this and I will select it and I will insert an empty MIDI clip. And I'll just make a D chord. Let me switch on the headphone here so I can hear it. A D chord. So it's a D. And if I can't remember what the notes are in the D, I will click on scale. D minor, scale. D, F, okay, and then A. Okay, I'm going to make it softer so that make it about -9 or so. So how does it sound like? And this way I've gotten started. By basically, I know my story, I'm trying to create that mood. So this is it. Okay, so go ahead for the next about 10 minutes and try out. If you've already gotten started, use some of these principles. Go and download something like the chop and swing pack and use sounds from that to add on to the piece of music that you already have.